Hey guys, welcome back to another Lord's Mobile video. I'm AlphaFish, and today we are going to talk about things to expect out of Lord's Mobile when you are brand new to the game. So, first off, there's no such thing as a peaceful kingdom, and second, you cannot hide from anyone. So, I have ran a guild for a little over 2 years. And majority of the new players that come into my guild are always wanting to try to run away from the hive or find a peaceful place to play and grow. So I'm sure you've heard this joke already. This game is not Farmville. Although you do have to do a lot of resource production and gathering to grow your castle. But it's a war game. And when you're playing it every day, sometimes you forget to shelter your leader, or you have too many resources out where your resources are higher than what your vault can hold. So when people attack you, they can take whatever your vault doesn't hold. So, and they can see that when they scout. So if you're not logging in consistently, and keeping your leader sheltered, keeping your resources low, keeping your troops hidden, people will attack you. And sometimes they'll attack you for no reason, because people blind hit, meaning that they attack before they scout, or without scouting at all, which is very risky for them to do that, but people do it anyway. I guess they like the gamble in it. So that's what we're talking about today. And it gets, for someone that's been playing as long as me, it gets really annoying to hear newbies or new people complain about, I'm getting attacked all the time, or they took my leader, can you get my leader back, you know. That kind of thing is very annoying, especially for someone that's been playing for a long time, and they shelter their leader or use shields or whatever. Oh, that's another thing. When you're new, it's going to be next to impossible to shield every day unless you spend money. So if you're free to play, best thing for you to do is set 3 alarms a day, minimum 2, because the shelter can go up to 12 hours at most. So the best thing for you to do is set, I recommend 3 alarms. 1 in the morning, 1 at noon or evening at some point if you get a lunch break, or something like that, and then 3 at night before you go to bed. So make sure you give yourself a little bit of time to get to your phone and set snooze, like a 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute snooze on the alarm, so it constantly goes off. And don't turn your alarm off until after you shelter, because if you do and you forget, well, guess what? You're going to lose everything. So people, when people attack, they try to kill all of your troops, they try to take your leader, and if your infirmaries are small, or you don't have room in your infirmaries, everything that gets hit will die. So you can only have injured troops if you have room in your infirmaries. So make sure you keep your shelter occupied with your leader and troops at all times. And if you have too many troops, then you want to utilize the rally system, where you can set an 8-hour rally on an abandoned castle, or a really, really high level dark nest, or a dark nest that no one's going to attack. But I recommend, if you're not using a shield, I recommend to use an abandoned castle, and it has to be level 17 or higher to do that. That way, if you set it far enough to where your travel time can get up to like 2 hours, you can increase that amount of time. Just make sure that the abandoned castle doesn't have any traps and stuff that can kill your troops. So you can extend the rally time. If it's 2 hours travel there and 2 hours back, well, 8 plus 4 is 12. So you can essentially get 12 hours out of the rally system. So, and you can reinforce guild members that have shields for a long period of time to hide extra troops, which I actually have a video about how to not get zeroed, so you should check that out. Another thing is migration. Guilds from time to time will migrate, but do not migrate to a peaceful kingdom or to try to hide from pay-to-play people or just raiders in general, because raiding is a natural occurrence in this game. It is a war game after all. But the best thing you can do is be prepared. You cannot protect your gold until you get to Castle 25, and then upgrade your vault to 25, which will give you gold storage. So you want to get that as quickly as possible if you're having trouble with gold and upgrades. Nose itched. Okay, so another thing is don't relocate all the time trying to hide from people. Don't try to avoid the raiding, because the raiding will help you. And when I say help you, I mean what is that phrase? Tough love. There you go, tough love. So when you're attacked, it keeps you on your toes. And when you're not used to getting attacked all the time, you're more likely to slip up with sheltering, which can really hurt you in the long run. Because if you've been playing for, say, 6 months, and you have like 200,000 troops, you slip up one time, forget that shelter, and all of it's gone, depending on your infirmary and how much you can hold. So, which in 6 months you'll probably have more than 200,000 troops, even if you're free to play, as long as you're logging in every day and training your troops regularly. Relocators are hard to get if you're not spending money for packs, so don't waste those moving around, and don't waste your guild coins getting relocators. Even my castle, I have trouble getting relocators, so I usually end up using my gems to move around, especially if I'm doing it a lot. So just keep that in mind. Save your guild coins for buying migration scrolls and jewel boxes or jewel chests, because there's not really a good way to get jewel chests outside of guild coins. Guild coins are slow growth, so the only way to get those is like your helps. So you get, was it 40,000 a day, and then whatever you get from guild gifts and guild quests. So you don't want to waste your guild quest scrolls either. Save those for guild fest, because those are useful. So yeah, just stay in a hive, in a guild hive, and help your guild hunt and rally to get essence, because those essence really help you out. So there is no such thing as a peaceful kingdom or a safe area in this game. Even old kingdoms that are more or less abandoned because of low population, if you go there, you will be bullied by big guilds, because they have nothing else to do but burn you. They will sit next to your hive for weeks at a time and just collect resources from attacking your guild. Leaders, whatever they can get. And that will become more frequent when KVK is coming up. You'll get a notification days ahead of KVK coming during the weekend. So keep that in mind when you're deciding, oh, let's go to an abandoned kingdom. It's not necessarily a good idea. And in abandoned kingdoms, guild members typically become inactive over time, and your guild can die in an abandoned kingdom. So also keep that in mind. It's not necessarily a good idea. Always stick to populated kingdoms, and keep your troops and leader sheltered and hidden, put away. Keep your resources low, because that's the only way to grow in this game, especially if you're free to play and you can't get shields, which there is a way to farm gems. So check my other videos. I'm pretty sure I have a video that talks about gems. If not, I'll make one pretty soon. Like and subscribe, and check out my other videos to grow faster and more efficiently. You can learn a lot from my videos. So remember, guys, stay sheltered. There's no such thing as peace in this game. See you in the next one. Peace out.